7th of June, there was also a case of damage to property in the sense that an unknown suspect bombed the house of a councillor. This matter is still under investigation. In Harding, in the South Coast, there is a case of assault GPH as of the 10th of May 2016, wherein it's alleged that there were two groups of the ANC that were conducting a door-to-door campaign, but for some other reason, one group began a fight amongst themselves, and there are cases of assaults that were then registered as a result of that fight. In Nongoma, a case of murder which occurred on the 16th of May 2016 at Mapopa Road. A councillor was shot by two unknown attackers. No arrests have been made, and the matter is still under investigation. In Howick, a case of murder was registered with us on the 3rd of June 2016. It's said that the victim is a former councillor from the IFP, and is said to be have been quite outspoken as a community member and quite against the nomination of an ANC candidate for councillorship and so on. But currently it's known this particular person not to have been affiliated to any political party. In Places Lair, which is a place outside Maritzburg, a case of murder was registered on the 1st of June 2016. Now, it is alleged that the victim was approaching, just arrived at home and was opening the gate and so on, and therefore was then attacked and killed on the spot. Now, the matter is under investigation. We have indeed activated also crime intelligence to gather information from a different angle altogether relating to this particular matter. It is also suspected that one particular individual is suspected to have hired hitmen to kill this particular victim. So these are matters that are also still being followed. A case of murder also in Places Lair, registered on the 1st of June 2016. The victim in question was traveling with his children, got shot at and killed. The matter is still under investigation, no arrests yet. But what we have picked up, for an example, is that this particular victim was also a witness under Section 205 in a fraud and corruption case. And it is also said that he was going to give evidence against two former employees of the Department of Agriculture. So we're following all sorts of leads relating to this particular case. In Ezakeni, there is a case of murder and attempted murder that was registered with us on the 13th of February 2016. It's no arrests. The matter is still under investigation, but there are pointers towards an intergroup conflict of sorts between two particular sort of families. So we are currently picking up bits and pieces of information from informers as well relating to this particular dynamic insofar as the question of this so-called intergroup conflict, which affects two families there and so on, but seems to be taking the apolitical sort of manifestation as well. In the same area, a case of attempted murder in Ezakeni was also registered, in this particular case, for an example, there was also attempt to there was a shooting sort of incident that targeted the Ezakheni mayor's bodyguard in that part of the township. He got shot at, so no arrests, still under investigation, but also, again, like the previous case, there is what is being alluded to as intergroup conflict of sorts that we're also following through. In Bergville, a prominent councillor belonging to the NFP, a case of attempted murder was registered in April, on 16th April this year. No arrest has been made. The matter is still under investigation. There are a number of other things that are also coming through, and we're interviewing the very same councillor who has also his own suspicions about what possibly are the possible sort of motives in this particular case and so on. In Madadeni, a case of murder and attempted murder, we haven't also effected any particular arrest here. It's a case that arose on the 8th of May, 2016, wherein unknown gunmen attacked ANC members in one particular lodge in that particular township in Madadeni. And then you had victims out of this particular incident. Now, DPCI, as well as the crime intelligence, they are running some aspects of the investigation also from a different angle. We need to get some information, from cell numbers and everything else and so on. But also, putting together the identikit out of the witness accounts of the possible attackers involved in this particular incident. In Harding, in the area of Santombe, on the 18th of I hope it's June, not 18th of July. I think it's 18th of July, yes. A case of murder was also registered with us after an ANC candidate was shot at and killed in that area. Now, the matter is under investigation. No arrests yet. In Ladysmith, the case of murder that occurred at Centenary Road on the 18th of July, the case is still under investigation, led by DPCI. And Nhleko, a case of murder in the area of Pomeroy, Machemache, Msing. An NFP councillor was also shot at and killed. That matter is still under investigation, no arrests yet. In Hlobane, just outside Vryheid, a case of a culpable homicide has been registered with us, and the matter is also under investigation, and there seem to be quite a number of other accounts that are coming through pertaining to this particular matter. In Gwambonambi, specifically in Gwamtetwa, a case of arson in June was registered with us, in which the ANC councillor basically alleges that her house was burnt down and petrol bombed. The matter is still under investigation and no arrests. In Madadeni, a case of murder was also registered with us as of the 2nd of July 2016. The matter is still under investigation and is a case that is being specialized upon by DPCI as well. In Gwanongoma, a case of murder in the area of Jodovuna area, Gwanongo. On the 25th of June, a victim was allegedly killed whilst having attended or coming back from a particular traditional ceremony and so on. But in this case, it is also stated that this particular victim was not the intended victim, but this victim is a cousin to a particular councillor belonging to or IFP candidate, if I may put it that way. So the matter is still under investigation and no arrests yet. Now, those are the cases pertaining to the work that the South African Police Service has done insofar as the 25 cases that have been registered with us, cases of murder, attempted murder, assault, GPH, and other cases, of course. And of course, we continue to investigate to follow leads on a number of these particular cases. We are, as I had said, that we're also working with prosecution authorities in fast-tracking some of these particular cases, amongst others. And indeed, we will continue to do what is necessary to ensure that these matters just don't go on unresolved. They have got to be resolved. We are also closely monitoring developments around the Glip Hostel in Durban, which has been quite problematic for quite some time. For a period of time, we had some degree of stability and contained tensions in that particular hostel. But we are seeing, it's reported that there is creeping back in of some tension of sorts around the hostel and so on. We are grateful that the Premier in KZN and the MEC for safety in that particular province are quite close to that situation. In fact, as of the past weekend, there were peace initiatives and meetings that were then convened under the auspices of the Premier of KZN to try and make sure that we have peace around Gliplands, specifically in that hostel. So I would like to leave it at that for now, unless the two generals here would want to make some sort of additions as well, if any.